It's time for this week's Highlander Highlights. Leading off with men's basketball, a dominant effort in the second half and a terrific performance from redshirt sophomore guard Carleek Jones fueled the Highlanders' win 80-61 over Winthrop at the Winthrop Coliseum on Saturday afternoon. Radford shot 61% from the field and 54% from behind the three-point line in the second half, while holding Winthrop to a lowly 27% shooting percentage and just 7% from beyond the arc. The Eagles came into the game averaging 86 points per contest and were held 25 points below their average output. Jones led the way with 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists for his fourth career double-double. Junior guard Travis Fields Jr. poured in 16 points, while senior guard Caleb Tanner added 11 points. The Highlanders' busy start to February continues with a trip to Hampton on Thursday for a 7 p.m. tip-off before returning at home on Saturday to host High Point at 4 o'clock. In women's basketball, the Highlanders held USC Upstate to just 12 second-half points and ran away from the Spartans 82-41 on Saturday afternoon at the GB Hodge Center. The Highlanders, who are now 14-6, have won 6 straight contests and improved to 8-1 in the Big South for the first time since the 14-15 season. In addition, Radford moved into sole possession of first place in the conference by virtue of Hampton's loss at High Point. Redshirt junior forward Lydia Rivers tied a career high in both points and rebounds as she had 17 tallies and 16 boards. She also grabbed her 700th career board late in the first half. Deanna Johnson added 16 points and distributed a career-best 10 assists, while senior forward Destiny Walker contributed 12 points. The Highlanders will host Gardner-Webb on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and then will travel to High Point for a 2 p.m. tip-off this Saturday afternoon. In men's tennis, the Rob Bareford era has officially begun after the Highlanders earned a 6-1 victory over North Carolina A&T on Saturday afternoon at the Radford Tennis Complex. Radford was led by transfer Yevon Sirius, who clinched the match with a 6-4, 6-0 victory on Court 1. He was the third singles match of the day to conclude after the Highlanders won the doubles point, and Michael Meekers and Alexandros Caldwell each won their single matches to clinch the season opener. The match began with Pierre-Olivier Lassalle and Matko Varga winning 6-3 each. Radford will have some downtime before hitting the road with a match at UNC Greensboro on Friday at 2 p.m. and traveling just over 100 miles to Belmont Abbey for a Saturday morning match at 11 o'clock. And finally, in women's tennis, the Highlanders opened the 2019 season with a strong 6-1 victory also against North Carolina A&T at home on Saturday. Highlanders picked up wins in doubles over A&T on courts 2 and 3, with the match on court 1 going unfinished as the point had already been awarded to Radford. The Highlanders would continue to dominate going into singles, where Malin Falk made quick work of her opponent with a 6-0, 6-2 victory. Katie Fruhoff wasn't far behind as she collected another point with a 6-2, 6-1 conquest. The Highlanders would seal up the match thanks to wins on courts 2 and 5, where Drissel Zobu and Jeannie Arcierto finished in 2 sets. Radford will look to build on some momentum as they stay at home to take on West Virginia State Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock, a match that was rescheduled due to poor travel conditions caused by weather. And that's a look at this week's Highlander Highlights. For RadfordAthletics.com, I'm Rick Watson.